in today's video, I want to mention to you my 5 top, how can I say, top favorite, okay, my top favorite cars to source from Japan. And when I talk about 5 most favorite, it doesn't mean that these are the best cars in the market, but I would say they are one of the easiest vehicles to source from Japan, because one thing you need to understand is that when someone gives you a mandate to source, let's say, Mazda CX-5 from Japan, the amount of effort you put to buy a Mazda CX-5 from Japan is different from the effort that I would put, or someone would put, to buy a Volkswagen Tiguan. So there are vehicles that are extremely difficult to catch in Japan, while others are very easy to catch, and you get them at a good price, and you get a quality vehicle. I mentioned previously that if you tell someone right now to source for you a Toyota Vitz 1300cc, a good one and at a good budget, you might wait for 3 months. Other cars, if you tell someone also to source for you Toyota Vitz 1500cc hybrid, it can be sourced in a matter of hours. So let us start. My most favorite vehicles to source from Japan, of course, always I will talk of Mazda CX-5, and this is for both petrol and for diesel. So for petrol is slightly more difficult than diesel. So if you want to import a diesel, it is a bit straightforward, easy to get at a good budget, but petrol one, it's hard to get, and also you don't get it always at a favorable price. The second one is a Nissan, of course, Nissan Note e-Power. So if you want a Note e-Power from Japan, is a very easy car to get. The cars are there are so many. They also come in good prices that vary depending on the quality that you want. If your budget is low, you can get a very cheap car. If you want a higher quality, low mileage, high grade, you can also add a few dollars, and then you get a very, very good car. Let's get to the next one. The other one is Honda Fit. Okay, both hybrid and non-hybrid. These cars are very, very easy to get from Japan. If you tell me to get you a car tomorrow, I can present to you like 5 options immediately. But some other cars, if you tell me to present you some options, for example, Mazda Demio, they are very, very difficult to get on budget. Sawa, but that does not mean that they are not there, but it is very hard to get a good one on budget. Number 4, which one do you guys think is number 4? Is, of course, for my Uber people, this is the Suzuki Alto. This car is very, very available, and prices would range from 580,000 all the way to, like, let's say 800,000. So if your budget places you somewhere, then the quality, it will determine the quality of the car you get. So your budget will determine the quality you get. So the other one, guys, I want you to guess which one do you think is my number 5 most favorite car to source from Japan. Let me know. Okay, I'm talking here of Honda Vezel. Sawa, I know you have not seen Toyota on my list. Why is it that I am dealing with these other models, like brands like Mazda, Nissan, Honda, Suzuki, Honda? The problem is that with Toyotas, you don't save as much. Sawa, you try to analyze how much money you save by importing a Toyota Voxy, or maybe Toyota Premio, Toyota Fielder. A lot of people, actually, when they see the import price of Toyotas, they are always like, but si hata Mombasa zinauzwa hivyo. The amount of money you save by buying Toyotas is not that much. Okay, you might save maybe 100 or 200k or 300k to the maximum, but with these ones, you are able to save like even like 600k. And I told you this before. It's because for Toyota is a very international brand. Right now, if you get to any website and you start analyzing a Toyota car, someone in Zambia is analyzing the same, someone in Zimbabwe, somewhere, all over. Toyota is like a very common brand globally, and that's why their demand is very high in Japan, and hence the price is up. But in some countries, I told you guys last year I was in Ghana and also in Ethiopia, but I did not see any of these mod brands. By the way, I didn't see a Mazda in Ethiopia, I didn't see a Mazda in Ghana, Honda Vezel I didn't see, but all the Toyota stuff were there. So meaning that when you are buying from Japan the Toyotas, you are competing with global buyers. But some of these models or brands, when you are buying, they are mostly for certain markets. Sawa sawa. And that's why if you target this kind of, if you want to save really a lot of money than buying locally, if you target these non-global brands, they are global but not as global as Toyota, you have a chance to save more money. So let me know if I left out your favorite car, but that does not mean that we cannot, connect you to people with who can help you get cars that are out of this list. But just for your information is to tell you that some cars are extremely easy to get and some cars are extremely hard. That's why when you go to some professional importers, if you tell them that you want to import, let's say maybe Volvo XC60, they will charge you 100,000 to facilitate that importation, because they know it will take their sweat, it will take their effort to get you a quality XC60 that meets your budget. But if you go to an importer, also professional, you tell them, I want you to import for me a Honda Vezel. Some of them will do it even with 30,000, because that is a quick catch. You give them the money to do the mandate within the next 3 hours, they present you the options. But the XC60, at some point, you need even to go to the auction and bid, because you cannot get it straight from dealers. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two. If you need a conversation with me over the weekend over a cup of coffee, I always like giving my number for coaching: 0757 356 989. So that is my number. It's a very long number. So shoot me a text on WhatsApp and we can organize a convenient time for us to have coffee together. All right. See you.